This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Cruise Trading Frank. It's approximately 8:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 16th, 2020. We are mid-month, by the way. Just keep that in mind. We normally get some very serious volatility during this time, give or take plus minus 2 or 3 days. But this time it looks like, we already passed, well, today's Monday. We already went through some heavy duty turbulence. So far it's looking fine. So let's see what happens. But do be cautioned that despite every other technical chart, specifically the market charts that are on the real-time Twitter feed are looking that fantastic, that you could very easily get a very sharp intraday pullback just because the resets normally happen in the middle of the month. You've heard me say that 1,000 times, so I just want to let you guys know. Full disclosure, this is purely for financial education and not for any solicitation or advice. So saying all that, let's keep the fluff aside and get straight into the charts and a couple of comments. So first of all, I always like good feedback. So I got a good feedback from a great member and a great friend, and he said, listen, you got to keep this short. Okay, so I said, listen, I would love to keep this short. I'd like to keep my webinars in 15 minutes, but then what do you guys get from me? Nothing. And in fact, I don't even need to do these webinars, and for everyone else who's going to listen to it later on, because everything that I'm thinking or what my thought process is visualized through very precise technical charts, both in stocks and the markets, on the real-time Twitter feed. So the key is that when, if somebody, it normally goes, like past an hour and stuff, because we get member Q&A and I'm explaining a lot of stuff because that's what I do. I like my members to be very well-rounded so that they can be a little bit more independent instead of asking for a diaper change from me every other 10 minutes. The fact is that I would love to do that, because sitting here at my console with all my massive screens at 8:30 in the evening for an hour plus, which I don't certainly want to go through today, is not my idea of fun. But I do this because it's my responsibility. But the question is, you all have to ask yourself, okay, is what's your responsibility? Your responsibility is to follow the real-time Twitter feed, which is incredible. There's no question about it, okay? It is baller money. And you all know that. So if you're not even looking at that, you're not taking the trades, you're not going through these fantastic charts one after another, which are extremely accurate from every single thing that I said from last Friday's closing charts, saying that we were going to have a burst up because we have an ascending triangle, we have a rising wedge, we have a W formation, and then you come out and say, hey, keep it short. Well, you know what we say in New York, F you. Exactly. Because you're not doing your job. You want to be a Monday morning quarterback. You're not really making the money you should be. You're not even trying, because you're not looking at the real-time Twitter feed and taking the trades and understanding the charts. So why are you coming and telling me that I should, keep my webinars really short and keep the fluff down? Because I don't give fluff. I'm a straight shooter. I give facts, which you guys and gals, need to process in your brain. Stop being wimps and do the trades. So I asked this gentleman, did you buy Walmart? And this gentleman's like, no. Gentleman said, I had a water problem. Okay, what are we talking about, plumbing here? I mean, think about that for a minute, okay? How ridiculous that statement is. Okay, so I just wanted to say my piece, I'm like Donald, all right? Straight on the face. Because put yourself in my shoes. The amount of amazing content that I deliver, amount of fantastic trades that I deliver. The markets opened up 500 handles on the Dow Jones Futures. We had multiple winners, from small caps to big caps. We have Boeing that's crossed over $200. And if I ask many of you, and that gentleman too, did you have Boeing? I'm sure I'm going to get the answer no. Did you have
Yes.
Did you have GameStop from
I had
19
GameStop.
cents. Excuse me, I didn't ask a question. Let me finish my thought process. Okay, the member Q&A will come at some point, or maybe we'll cut that out for the sake of time, because people have to change their own diapers, right? Exactly. Did people have Blink? Up 35% today. I had members drop off in the past 2 months, few weekends, and that happens. When Blink was at $8, it is up almost 80% from that. 80% in the stock. Forget about the options. Blink, BLNK, that I've been calling, that I've been suggesting as a long-term trade. Since how long? And we have a multiple winners on Blink, and I think the win ratio is 70%, the loss ratio is 30%. Like every single time we got in. I still held Blink, and I'm still holding it. Of course, taking profits along the way, moving the strikes up. Was up 35%. When was the last time you bought a stock that went up 35%? What business does anyone in that you buy something, it goes up 35% in a matter of 7 hours during the trading day? Exactly. End of story. So please, I don't need Monday morning quarterbacks. I do my job, you do yours. That's the way I say it. And that applies to friends, enemies, and frenemies. Thank you very much. So focus on the Twitter feed. Look at these charts. You don't understand it. I always say, DM me directly. I am probably one of the most helpful trading services ever. I don't have a bunch of kids putting out garbage out there. It comes directly off my few brain cells that I still have left. Sign up for the advanced coaching sessions. We have our foreign trader from Austria, Leah. I'll mention the name. She's banging 5,000 here, 8,000 here, 9,000 here. I mean, add it up. She takes sessions every weekend early in the morning because she's 5 or 6 hours ahead. And she never really traded options before. So you tell me what you all are doing as big macho guys. Exactly. All right? See that? That was just today. So I will highlight people who are working hard, trying to understand, trying to feel the pain of the losing. You only lose certain things if you're like selling out completely. If you're dollar cost averaging on a stock that is, volatility is pushing it down, you're bringing it up like UAL, and boom, it goes higher. UAL gapped open $4 today. So please put this on top of your head, okay? Everything you wanted, which is profits, that's what we do in this business, okay, is on the other side of your fear. And do I have fear sometimes? Of course I do. Do I not buy Tesla when I was looking at those calls at 75 cents today? Have I missed trades? Of course. But net, I am always in the game. So stop making excuses. Thank you very much. All right? This is my service. This is the way I run it. So saying all that, let's dive into the charts. And by the way, for all of you who are listening to this, people who know me, they know what kind of guy I am, okay? I'm not a nice guy, okay? But I'm not an asshole. I'm not an a-hole, all right? But if you're looking to be pampered and diaper changed by me every day because you have the luxury of like totally being in touch with me through my DM or text or whatever, only thing I ask you is at least buy your own diapers, all right? And I'll help you to change them. I'll actually teach you how to change your diapers, all right? So you can be a better trader. And please, don't get like, as a trader, have crocodile skin. Like, don't get hurt. This is what a trading floor is all about. Straight talk. You say something, I say something. Exactly. So please, no offense meant to anybody, but it's time to grow up. This is a very, very wild market. This market can be down 1,000 points for no reason. It can be up 1,000 points. Technically, it looks fantastic. So that's what we're going to get into right now. So this is what had happened to the market back last Monday, if you all remember. Okay, we were talking about the ascending triangle, all that stuff. Bang! It went down, and it went to 46. A child can read these numbers: 3645.99. Well, guess what we did? I've been walking you guys through like this, like you walk a child, you teach a child how to walk, right? Every single day on my real-time Twitter feed, and 2 or 3 times a week on my, mostly twice a week on my real-time Twitter, on my webinars that I posted on the YouTube channel. So there's nothing I can say new. I've already shown it. So what's happened here is we broke through this massive macro. Macro means over a period of time. Micro is like over a period of days. This is over a period of weeks, sometimes, longer. So shouldn't take red. Put this here. Okay. So we have all these formations that I've talked about a zillion times. In fact, I shouldn't even be talking about this right now because I've already explained all this. And this macro dragon bullish formation broke out. And if you'd listen to my last webinar, which was on, I believe, Thursday, you know where the market's going eventually. So why am I even explaining this? So I should maybe listen to the gentleman who tried to give me some great advice and say, hey, you already know. It's already out there. And for people who are going to be listening to this later on, there's something called a fast forward button, right? Well, in the case of fast forward thing icon on YouTube, fast forward it. If you're like, okay, I understand that part, I don't want him to keep going on that, fast forward it, please. This market is it's at this point is going to go and hit last Monday's level, and it's going to happen. Don't ask me. Maybe this week. Why it's going to happen this week is a high probability. Can somebody tell me, Heisenberg, why this week might be where we hit last Monday's 36.46 level, which I've explained about, 20.
Yeah, expirations coming up.
That's right. And what expirations coming up?
What do you mean?
What expirations coming up? What every week is an expiration. Every Friday is an expiration. What's so special about this Friday?
The triple.
No. See, that's why you need to focus a little bit more, my friend. It's called a monthly options expiration. Monthly options expiration are on the 3rd Friday of each month. Any options trader, every options trader should know that because that is key. Monthly options expiration. And I've said this maybe 1,000, 3,000 times. Exactly. It's monthly options expiration. It is not quad witching. I don't think is it triple witching, Paul? No. I don't think so. I think it's regular monthly options expiration, which is generally a bullish event. So one way or the other, the market has a magnet to go up another 20 points, which is, another 150 or 200 points. So for all of you, just get to know the basics because you have to know it. I've said it even on my last webinar. If anybody, I'm sure a lot of people listen to it because I see the people who listen to it. The joys of just clicking on who's involved and who's not. So this is a very good looking chart. There's nothing more to explain here. This is a very good looking chart. The percentage K, percentage D lines are moving up. The McClellan oscillator, yes, we are overbought, but overbought can stay overbought in between intraday pullbacks and such. Okay, and the best part is look at the MACD. Oh my Lord. There's no issues here over the short term. This week, for example, going into monthly options expiration, which I've repeated many times, that it's not every day you go up. It's like generally from Monday to Friday, it'll be an up market. And on top of that, what day is Thanksgiving? What date is Thanksgiving? Somebody.
26 November.
Okay. So generally speaking, you never short a major holiday like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Memorial Day, Labor Day. Never, never, never. Just overall. Intraday, you can do some shorts. That's different. I'm not in the short business here. I want to stay long, take profits along the way, play the earnings, and do what needs to be done. So all these technicals are, and this is the S&P 500. All these technicals are from a technical standpoint, good to go. Very, very good looking chart. Something that I had drawn a while ago, and now I'm showing it to you all again. So let me just put it in green. And I remind everybody again, from the bottom of my heart, focus on the real-time Twitter feed. These are the same charts that I put out there. These are the same charts in dynamic action during the trading day that I'm updating and showing it to you all. You don't even need to have these listen to these webinars if you just focus on that. And whatever other issues you all have and stuff, that's not my problem. I'm doing my job. Do yours. So that's where we are. Now, at this point, will there be sell programs? Yeah, naturally speaking, there should be. You go figure what you want to do after that, because I'll be updating along the way. All right, let's move on. Out of this, let's take a look at the QQQ, which is a NASDAQ tech. There has been a sector rotation, and we see that. Apple was only up 57 cents. It was down this morning. NASDAQ futures were down this morning, while the market was opening up, the gap opening up 500 solid handles on the Dow Jones because of Boeing and United Airlines and Caterpillar and VMC, Vulcan Materials. Okay, one of the most important things that if you really want to be a trader is to make a list of stocks that we have traded before. Because I can update on every single stock that I have in my portfolio every single minute. I'm sorry. I've said that from day one, and I'll say it again. Make a list of that and trade some of the stocks on your own. Like they say. To be a trader or an investor, you need to grow up. So don't always rely on me. I'm going to show some highlights of things, this and that. I might have 17 to 20 positions at a go. Somebody might have 3. But sometimes use your own brain cells to say, hey, I made money on that ERI. Let me take a look at that. That frigging thing was up $11 today. Exactly. So let's take a look at this in a very simple way. This is the QQQ. This is where the Apples lie, the Netflixes lie, the Facebooks are in there, the Amazons, the Google, the Twitters, the Booking.com. So what does this look like? Pretty simple. It wants to go. This is a trading range that started on September 2nd. September 2nd, right? So let's draw one more line. And that also applies to all of you. Start playing around with charts a little bit. It's not that hard. A 4th grader can do it. Seriously. All right? It's not that hard. And I know many of you do it. Of course you guys do it. But if you do that and then you match it with mine and you said, okay, I see what he's saying, but I don't agree with that, that's great. 299.54, 303. This is a very simple, one or the other, double bottom, inverse head and shoulder. This is a direct V shape. You can call it a cup, a handle. That it's going to go here. It's going to go towards 300. And it might do that by when's Nvidia's earnings? Because we have Nvidia. We've been making money on Nvidia.
Wednesday night.
Since like, okay. So by Wednesday night, we could be at 300 on the Qs.
And Tesla's going to be a catalyst tomorrow.
Tesla's going to be a catalyst tomorrow. In fact, E-minis are down 13 points right now. And the NQs, which are the NASDAQ futures, are up 22. Because the hedge funds are going to play around. They're going to one day move the Dow up. Boeing could be down $6 tomorrow for no reason, just the way it was down 9 on Friday. But the charts are great. Okay, so that's it. So buy the techs. I love buying Nvidia when it's down 16 points like I did. And some of you did. Yeah, the calls are a little bit expensive if you buy close to the money or NTM near the money. They'll be $11. So what? They'll be 16 in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Depending on how many you buy, you're a happy camper. Even if you buy one, you just made it for $500 in 35 minutes. Nvidia was down today in the morning. The stock was down to $526. It shot up to 546 by 10 o'clock. So somebody might have a plumbing problem or whatever, but the fact is, get with it. Want to be a trader? Be a trader. Right? Paul, I know you're big into Nvidia. So Nvidia, I looked at it like, boom, it was down. And then it turns around and runs like a monster. So the Qs are looking pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. All right? So let me show you what these markets do. These hedge funds are so busy in the first hour of trading, it's not even funny. So here's Nvidia. We started off Friday. Oops. Okay, so this is Friday or Monday. Okay, we started off Friday. We bought Nvidia. Actually, before that, and we made money. Nvidia came down. I told you guys to buy it. Please look on my Twitter feed. Okay, and instead of just looking, act on it. Stop being a scaredy cat chicken. Just really, if you have the money, buy it. Don't have to buy 10 calls or whatever. In case you'd be up like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 grand in 40 minutes, and then you think you're like, king of the jungle, which is fine. Do it if you want. But how about just buying one or two? So Nvidia goes at 1 o'clock on Friday, 2 o'clock on Friday, ends the day here from 522, because Nvidia always moves in 10 to 15 point increments. 532, bang, opens up on Monday, today. Today is Monday, by the way, just so you'll remember, right? Exactly. So Monday opens up at 538. That's it. That's it. After pre-market. They bring it down at 7:30. They bring it down. This is pre-market, by the way, 526. And right when the market starts, they bring it down. They move this. They move it. Look at this. So Nvidia is down pre-market. I'm looking at it, like, okay, fine. I'm not worried about it because I have enough calls so that I can dollar cost average. And remember, in these type of markets, I don't care how good the market looks, you gotta have a bunch of cash on the sidelines. That's how you can take advantage and react to situations as it's happening, whether it's dollar cost averaging, whether it's going into a new position or whatever. Very simple stuff. Don't make this complicated. So what do? They take Nvidia at 9:30. 9:30 this morning when the market opened. It's at 526. Bang! Cha-ching! Sell. Exactly. Why? Because it just hit the upper end of the range where it was at 9:35 on Friday. Not rocket science. So sell. Get back into Nvidia again sometime somewhere around here, and the stock is up $8 just today. So back-to-back winning trades. Back-to-back winning trades. These are November 20 calls. Earnings are coming out. And let's see what happens. So this is the face of trading every single day, specifically on big cap techs and fast moving beasts. All right. And to me, this is the longer term chart on Nvidia, the daily. To me, I say this goes. They just got upgraded too, which is very important. And the upgrade was coming from a gentleman, I put it out there, who actually has a very positive record on Nvidia. He's not somebody who just comes in and says, all right, let's go buy this thing. So here is Nvidia's trading range since August. Since August. There we go. 598, 589, call it 590. This is where we are. Nvidia enters this acceleration channel. This is these two lines right there. Very easy to see. And if things are, if they blow out numbers, their guidance are good, which I personally am biased towards on a bullish level, bullish way on Nvidia. The lower end of the scale is 493, 495. I'll be buying it like crap at that level if it comes down. And if it blows up, it's going to go to 600, 60 points. And eventually it's going to go to $650. Do what you need to do. Okay? Exactly. That's it. Nothing more to say. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX is struggling. Okay? I've explained the VIX so many times that it is almost boring. Exactly. Right? This is your hourly VIX. It's the one that I follow intraday. Still wants to go down. Look at that. Still wants to go down. Still hasn't reached extreme oversold level. Somebody might say, oh, yeah, it has, and it's only at 22. That must be really oversold. Well, look at the charts. Does it look really oversold? No. It has to go all the way down here, and unless you go into the daily, you don't know how far it can go. What's going on here? Won't let me go in the daily? Sorry. Does the daily... Okay. Not sure what is going on here, but okay. All right, there's something... Okay, now it's back. All right, let's see. This is the Vix Daily. I've been walking you guys through this better than, you know, your babysitter when you're young, or your nanny, or whoever walked you through the park, all right? Exactly. Very simple to read. It wants to break down. The VIX wants to come down towards 2027 and 22. That means another couple of 100 points on the Dow towards those levels that I showed on the S&P 500. So the bias is still upside. Look at this VIX on the slow stochastic, still crashing down. Yes, oversold, no question about it, but still crashing down. And this one too. So nothing more to report here, gentlemen, ladies. The VIX still has not shown any signs of a sharp move higher. Now, anything can happen. There could be a black swan event. There could be a political event that we don't know about. We're already going through a political mess right now. So there could be another bigger political mess, and all of a sudden the VIX can shoot up, but I'm showing you what is happening right now. And to me, the VIX wants to close this level down here, which is 2 or 3 points below, which means the markets can move up a couple of 100 points more this week for reasons already explained about 900 times. Look at the weekly VIX. Now, if some of you think that these charts look like some sort of NASA SpaceX console, then please feel free to reach out to me, because then you need some real mental and tactical help. Not mental, but technical help. All right? Because these charts are like easy as anything that I can draw and that I can see. And I know most of you can get that. Here is your COVID gap. Okay? This is the COVID gap. The VIX is about to enter that March COVID gap. Can the VIX go to 18? Sure it can, but I think that's way too extreme. This is your weekly VIX showing you what will happen going into the end of November. It is still sharply lower. And the slow S stocks, and by now so everybody should know what the S stock is, the slow stochastics, which carries more weight for swing traders, is still heading down. So for somebody who's too scared to buy a stock, or too busy because they have issues at their place, like whatever, well, just freaking buy the SPY or buy the QQQ. because everything that I've been talking about in the market has been coming true. This is your short-term chart. This is your longer-term chart. This is the S&P 500 is daily. Ascending triangle breakout. Everything is technically showing fine. It's a bull flag right now. And this is where the markets were last Monday when it shot up and then reversed on this thing, and everybody was like, oh my God, every TV commentator, a lot of you like, oh my God, what happened? We were up a gazillion points and then boom. Nothing. It went straight to the upper end of this dotted line, the acceleration channel, kissed it, and then sold with the green body. Next day it was up a little bit. Everybody's crap scared again, but it never broke that support level. And now it's here. Longer term. This is the Dow Jones Futures. I take a lot of time to create these charts, all right? So do your job and focus on these because it's going to help you keep more money in your pocket. And stop being, I know some people who are like, no, I didn't buy Walmart. Like, why? Even if it's down a little bit, the stock's going to pump higher. And it's already up $2 from where I told people to buy it. Because they're scared. It's not they don't have the money, because they're scared. They're all Monday morning quarterbacks. They don't want to be in the field bumping heads and knees and elbows and God knows what. And getting, down and dirty. Exactly. So, nothing wrong in this picture. It's resetting a little bit. It's a 60-minute chart. Inverse head and shoulder, neckline breakout. These are powerful formations. These are very powerful formations. Very powerful formations. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Want to see one that which I put out there, and I'll show it to you again? DraftKings. This to me is one heck of a powerful chart. Drawn to perfection. The falling wedge. The scream of the adult trader. The Monday morning quarterbacks. Like, oh my God, I can't take the pain anymore. Why? Because you bought it at 36, 37, and now it's down to 34, hitting that lower support level, and the falling wedge is just about to break out with the green doji. Okay. And these are people who have money. Exactly. This is the only business that's going to make grown men and women cry for no reason. Exactly. All right. So this is what I think is going to happen with this stock going forward into December and January. And I've been walking you guys through it. This is a falling wedge. And a falling wedge is not a kitchen utensil, okay? It's a technical pattern, which is a very powerful pattern. You have a acceleration channel here. Now, some people who are bearish on DraftKings, which I'm not, as more and more states are opening up to sports betting, online betting. Some people will say it's a bear flag, like that. Remember, this is a bull flag. That's a bear flag. So fine. So make money within the bear flag if it's a bear flag. The 50-day moving average is 47. I believe you can trade this stock up to $47, which it did just yesterday or Friday. And if this does work out, the next move is the closure of this gap at 55. Won't happen in one day. It's not a stock that moves up, $10 a day or things like that. But who knows? This is good. This is good. Let's look at Tesla, and then we're going to wrap it up. Any questions when I'm just changing the screens?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Frank, just about Tesla. How does the inclusion of SPY work? Like, is there a strategy there on when it should peak?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that that fund managers, especially mutual fund managers, hedge funds are short covering like mofos after hours right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So no question about that. but I know for a fact that there is a ratio, and that ratio has to be met because there will be a certain weighting on Tesla on the S&P 500. They did mention that on CNBC. I forgot the number, 16.9 or something. Look it
And
up,
they gave it
please.
a date. They give it a date, Frank. They said like end of December is when it becomes official. So they're obviously going to buy it up between now and then sometime.
Correct, exactly, absolutely. And let's take a look at Tesla. Let's put it this way. Tesla, I don't know what the short position is because I haven't been trading it lately. But I'm going to take a good look at it. So Tesla right now is trading at $461. It's right here. Tesla right now is trading at let's put it this way. This was the last peak on Tesla. All right. Forget the technicals and all that stuff. Let's look at this. Oh, come on. All right. So Tesla's right here, somewhere right here. It did go to 465. It's at 462 or whatever. Give or take a few dollars. It's right here. This was the last time it peaked there on October 14th. This was the high on Tesla, 502.49, right? So at this point, if I could see, again, I don't know, but I could see the stock blow out over $500. Now the options will be extremely expensive because options market makers are not going to let you buy cheap options anymore because you could buy all the cheap options you wanted at 75 cents like an idiot that I didn't today. Okay, but no longer. Now you got to pay up for it. So let's do this. Let's draw some lines here. That was your Fibonacci retracement that moved up to let's do this. Okay, I'm just doing my little stuff that I do. 550, because Tesla also like to look at round numbers. So on a short-term bullish, going into the end of the month, not end of December, but the end of the month, I could see the stock at between 500 to 550. All these technicals will turn tomorrow big time, obviously, because this is the daily chart. It is not, Thinkorswim doesn't allow the aftermarket stuff. If we go in the hourly, we can see how it's moving. So yeah, now if you're really bullish on Tesla, then you go. This was Tesla's from the time that it was $100 stock, and Jim Chanos said, company is a fraud, blah 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 blah. Okay, I wonder what Chanos is doing these days. But anyway, so if you could do the Fibonacci retracement, eventually the stock goes to $770.50, right there, 161.8 Fibonacci extension. This is on the daily. This is not something that happens overnight. This is over a period of a couple of months. You could see the stock hit the 161.8 Fibonacci extension at $778, $800. Now, somebody says, how do I play that? Well, buy a Tesla call. A strike, $700 or $800, 3 months out. I bet you they're still very expensive. Tomorrow they'll be very expensive. And if you want to go really nuts, the stock is a $1,200 stock sometime in 2021, which is the 261.8% Fibonacci. Now, these things have happened in other stocks. So why can't it happen in Tesla? It is very much in play right now. I would say 500 to 550 is worth taking a shot. Options are going to be expensive, and you got to be quick.
Hey, Frank.
So yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, do you mind giving us a year-end possible ceiling on that? The S&P 500 takes effect towards the end of the year.
I can only go by what I see. I mean, I can't tell you like where it's going to be, but I would. No, 1 second. Here okay. Is your answer. Here is your answer. It's a very good question. These channels are very effective. I would say at this point, year end, we could be looking at the upper end of the acceleration channel right there. Let me just zoom in. This is your acceleration channel. This is a very, very accurate channel that I had drawn. So in answer to your question, I'm trying to change the color. Right here, which is close to 37, almost 37.50.
Yeah, great.
37.50. Yeah,
Looks like
absolutely.
looks like a
So
Santa rally.
we're already at 36.26. So 37.50 is 100 points higher, which means about 700 to 800 points. 700 to 800 points we can get in 1 hour on a gap open, correct? So we
Yep.
could get one of these that we were prepared for in a moderate way. And it could get one of these just to shoot up there. And right there, you're going to get one of these where it's going to open up big anytime the market opens up about 200 to 300 points on the Dow, or 30 to 40 or 20 to 40 handles on the S&P. I always take full or partial profits. It's a matter of automatic discipline. I don't care if the stock turns around and runs up. I can always re-enter. Now for longer term holders, you can do whatever you want. So yeah, it can hit that and then do a inverted hammer. Yeah, I think we can go. I think we can go to, barring any other major black swan events, we can certainly go to between 37.30 to 37.50 on the S&P 500, which I don't want to make this like a joke, but really it can happen overnight.
Yep.
Exactly. Any other quick questions?
And sorry, Frank, my last one is for Tesla. Is it reasonable that it could hit, you think it could hit 600 by the end of the year?
Listen, you're asking me to give you lollipops, okay?
Yeah.
Because you own a lot of Tesla, okay? You want me to tell you, like, I don't know. All I know that Tesla at this point is good for 500, and there's going to be a lot of chop. But can it go to levels that, let's put it this way, I can only go by the chart, but Tesla is not just a chart stock. It just runs on its own move. So I would say that if you look at this, if you're very disciplined on the technical side, then the upper end of this channel is $550. $550. Yeah. So okay, stock's already at 463. So that's another 90 points higher. But along the way, you have some major resistances. You have, the resistance is right now 465. Then you got the all-time high, 502. But is it possible that the stock, let's do this. Let's do a 4-hour chart.
And it's had some good short squeezes in the past, so you never know.
So this is what's happening after hours, okay? Right off the bottom of this channel that I had drawn, and that's what I was looking at, like an idiot. I didn't buy those calls, but I think I'll be able to get in again tomorrow. Those 75 cents calls will be $10. I cannot forgive myself. Unbelievable. The 450 calls, they'll be so much, they'll be in the money by $10. They'll be actually maybe $12 or $13. Take a look at it tomorrow. These are November 27 450 calls. So at this point, if you look at this chart, 500 is almost a given. And then of course you have the 538 and that's it. All right, guys, I filled you in a lot of stuff. The last chart that I'm going to show you is to keep you guys grounded in the market so you're not all chicken scared most of the time, some of you, and giving me a bag full of excuses. Actually, I don't really care because you ain't paying my bills and I ain't paying your bills. Well, I'm kind of paying your bills because I'm making you money. So, but you're certainly not paying my bills. So bottom line is, this is a really scary chart if you're short the market. This is the SPY chart. This is the quad, what I call the algo HFT version. Take a good look at it. I put it out there on the real-time feed. This is not. It's a cup. It's a handle, and it can break out. So if somebody's really short the market, then good luck to them. On that note, God bless you all. Get ready for some volatility. That's the name of the game. We got a lot of big movers. Look at GameStop. Look at Blink. I don't have time to show all that right now. Let's put it up. All right. UAL, reopening plays. Uber, Lyft, CCL that we bought today. Carnival Cruise Lines. Okay. Then Ulta Beauty's got some nice room to move. A lot of stuff out there. Let's hope Walmart delivers tomorrow, and we already made YY. The Chinese company delivered numbers. Stock was up 5. I had a little bit of common, which I took some profits after hours, roughly 4 points, and the very cheap calls. So just be involved, all right? That's all. God bless America. Rock and roll, all right? In the meantime, expect the unexpected. And I'll try to guide you guys as much as possible on the real-time Twitter feed. So please, for God's sakes, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on it. Doesn't take that much time. Exactly. Have a great night. Thank you.
Good night, man. Thanks.
Thank you.